He may have left for Moscow. It looks as if everyone had left the building. She will demand that he leave the hospital premises. Lola said she would have left Paris in September. Had my daughter put the keys where they belong, she wouldn't have forgotten to take them. If the clothes had been put in the wardrobe, the room would look cleaner. Grandma shouldn't have put her money in the pillow. The vegetables not being put in the fridge got rotten. A red sky could have meant rain. If your family had meant everything for you, you wouldn't have done drugs. Had I been meant for teaching, I would have liked it. If only his words could have meant something more to Kate. If Greg had been keeping all his photos, he would have had hundreds of albums. Jane would have kept your secret if you hadn't betrayed her. I wish you could keep all these memories. Had your toys been kept, we could bring them to orphanage. My parents would have let me to take their car if it hadn't been night time. Had you let them be, your kids would have stayed with you. It's time we let our kids grow. They must have let them go. I wish we could begin at the beginning. Had the professor begun his lecture with the presentation, he would have got everybody's attention. The work would have begun if it wasn't for crisis. Ben was so excited as if he had begun his own business. Wouldn't it seem strange if you went there alone? Your actions must have seemed suspicious. If only the world could seem magical to me. However stupid it might seem, Rose announced her suggestion. You could have helped him. I wish you would help me with housekeeping. Having helped an old lady, Dennis felt useful. Some people hate being helped. If dogs talked, they would tell some interesting stories. I wish I could have talked to her yesterday. It's high time we talked about your future education. Had she talked to her parents, there wouldn't be so many problems. If George had turned left, we wouldn't be stuck in this mud. Stefan would have turned the right way if he hadn't lost the map. It's high time we turned back. Having turned in the woods, the guys got lost. If the headmistress had been in the class, the children wouldn't have started to make noise. A new business would have been started if we hadn't had so many debts. Phil wouldn't have been satisfied unless he had started a new journey. If only they could start a new life. It's high time you showed me your poems. Had you showed me the way, I would have come sooner. Auntie didn't want me to have shown her old photos to my friends. Wish you had shown me the universe. If I had been there, too, I could have heard the story myself. It will be essential that they be heard. Having heard the rumors, Diana got confused. You might have been heard about very soon. I would have played with my younger brother if he hadn't been selfish. Say you play any sport game, what would it be? Had our team played at home, they would have definitely won. If only her boyfriend played video games with her. If you had run a bit faster, you would have won. We had nothing to do except run. I wish we could run away. The dogs would have run to the forest if they hadn't heard wolves. I would move to Moscow if I had earned more money. It's time we moved the furniture. Alan would have moved further if he hadn't been depressed. While moving to England, Sam and Nick got very nervous. I wish Marty liked me. We would have liked your idea if it hadn't been risky. Had my sisters liked horror movies, we would have watched all of them. Why not like him the way he is? Tom is dissatisfied to have been living here for 5 years. Eliza knew Chinese so well as though she had lived in China. Long live peace throughout the world. Having lived here, my aunt became more relaxed. It's strange that my relatives should believe in that. We all should have believed in your words. Why not believe him? While believing in themselves, people remain strong. I wish you always held me tight. They would have held hands even though it had been cold. Had my neighbor held the lift for me, I wouldn't be late for work. Little children need being held in arms. Had my classmate brought my book, one wouldn't be angry. Sophia would have brought chips if you had reminded her. Having brought good news, Alan continued his way. If only you could bring Mom here. I am sorry that everything should have happened like that. I wish nothing bad had happened that day. It's high time something good happened in our life. Rick looked as if something terrible was going to happen. This letter seems to have been written long before it was discovered. His stories look as if they were written by an experienced writer. While writing a new book, Mia was thinking about her future success. Having written to their parents, the students realized that they were missing home. Had she provided us with the necessary information, we would have finished our research sooner. No matter how well the store may be provided, people do not go there. Max would have provided his car with the radio if he liked the music. Why not provide this stranger with some food? I wish we could sit together. Were they friends, she would have sat with her. Had the table sit more people, there would have been more guests. It's time we sat at the table.